Hi there and welcome to Borough TV, where Gosport Borough are still looking for their first win of the season. Manager Alex Pike is hoping that his team will get off to a flying start here today against Tonbridge Angels after last week's 2-0 loss to Boreham Wood United. Let's have a look at the teams.
Alex Pike changes his starting 11 this week, with Barfoot replacing Ashmore in the number 1 spot and Molyneux being replaced by Forbes. Tonbridge go into this game unbeaten from the last 2 of 3 games in the league. They start with Pinney and Lovell, their 2 goal scorers from last week. Borough went out in the first half determined not to allow previous results interfere with this week's home match. Borough poured the pressure on early. A tackle from Piper gave Borough the first free kick of the game. The ball was swung into the far post and fell to the foot of Green, who sliced the ball whilst trying to make a clearance. Later on, the Angels were awarded a corner. The ball was lofted into the box to the near post, but cleared from danger by Tom Dumford. The ball then dropped to Lee Browning, who played it out to the wide on his right. Again, the Angels crossed the ball into the box, only for it this time to be cleared by a solid Borough defence. The Angels started to threaten the Borough goal in the 12th minute, with another great cross from Muggeridge, but the cross was swooped up into the grasp of Barfoot. Ball crossed in, was scrambled in the box before Jamie Brown had a shot on goal, which was deflected by what seemed to be John Heath's arm. Barfoot came to his side's aid when he picked the ball out of the air from another cross. Barfoot then attempted to deliver the ball, but was fouled by Pinney, who tackled the ball from the keeper's grasp, awarding Borough with a free kick. The Angels won another corner and came close to taking the lead with a header from Miles, just skimming the post. Straight after the corner, Borough's number 9, Williams, had a shot on target that was superbly stopped by the Angels keeper. Williams later on was able to play the ball through the Angels' back 4 into the path of Hinchelwood, but Masters was able to gather the ball in time. The first half finished 0-0 with some great play from both teams. Borough opened the second half looking for that first goal. A header from Brown inside the box went into the hands of Masters, but allowed Borough to build on their attacks. Borough definitely the stronger side in the second half, dominating possession and acting as a brick wall in the back. The deadlock was broken in the 53rd minute of the match when Mike Gosney's superb cross found its way to the head of Brown, who placed the ball easily past the Angels keeper, making it 1-0 to the home team. Not long after the first goal, Borough were back on the attack with Gosney leading the way forward. Masters went in to stop the ball but caught the Borough player on his way. Masters appeared to be the last man, but this was dismissed by the ref, who awarded a free kick and yellow card to the keeper. The free kick was taken by Pearce, who put the ball over the top of the goal. The second goal came from Williams, who managed to break forward past the Angels' back 4 and slot the ball into the far left corner, extending the lead to 2-0. A goal kick from Barfoot ended the game. Borough, having won their first game in the Skrill South, left the field extremely happy.
Thank you very much for your
We caught up with Williams and Borough boss Alex Pike after the game.
Rory, great goal today, mate, and a great first win of the season. As the goal scorer, how does that make you feel?
Yeah, it's good. Second one, I think we didn't know, but it definitely helps. Obviously, so far we've struggled a little bit. 1-0 is always a bit. It's going to be a bit tight still, so 2-0, yeah, definitely helped.
Been a tricky week at the club following Bournemouth last week, and the manager obviously not frightened to make changes. I mean, when the team sheet came out today, there were a few sort of surprise supporters out there. How did you guys take it when he announced the side?
I mean, in the main, we were glad to go back to 4-4-2, I think, which is the most important thing. We built all our success on it last year. We tried 4-4-3 this year. It maybe doesn't suit the players we've got here. But in the main, obviously, he's always going to make changes because we're not winning. But the best thing about it was going back to 4-4-2.
We can actually go home and talk about a win today. As a manager, you said in the week you weren't afraid to make the tough decisions. You certainly made them today, didn't you?
Yeah, and there's a bit of a danger that obviously I've got some disappointed players that I had to leave out the side today, and it's there's no way that it's only their fault. Sometimes as a manager you've got to stick your head above the parapet and you've got to make decisions. And I felt it was right for the club and the team that. That it was right to make them today, but obviously when you've dropped players, then players will take that personally and think that they've been made a scapegoat, and it certainly wasn't. You saw today, I thought we were solid in defence today. I can't think of many chances that we gave him inside the box. It was a right decision to make Jamie Brown the captain today, because I thought again he led by example, and he's very vocal out there, but all in the right areas. And I thought Sam Pearce and Andy Forbes were brilliant together.
Leads me on to my next question really nicely. Andy Forbes, middle of defence, a revelation I thought today. Well deserving a man of the match.
Yeah, and I suppose as a manager I've got to ask myself why I didn't do it before. I promised him when I signed him that I was signing him as a forward. Never realised really how good he was as a defender. Should have done. He's played a lot of games there for Eastleigh, and other players were telling me how good he was in that position. But today I've seen for myself that every time Sam Pearce went up to head the ball, who was 5 yards off him putting the cover on was Andy Forbes, and read the game very well. And when he had to kick it out the ground, he did. When he had time to build up play, he built it up. And he thoroughly deserved the man of the match award.
Absolutely.